Hey everyone, today we are talking about Python web scraping. So in this tutorial, we'll be looking at how we can use beatifulsoup to build a basic web scraper using Python just to parse some HTML and just pull some data out of the HTML, or even you could use this for XML or any type of format which you just want to scrape the web with. So what we'll do is we'll just start off with a blank new Visual Studio project. So I just created a scraper.py file in here, and now we're going to start installing some of our dependencies and requirements for this project. So before we do that, I just want to say, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so now and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of these tutorials in future. So here's what we need to do. We first of all just need to start off with creating a virtual environment. So to do that, we can just run Python -m and virtual env. And I'm just going to call this Python env to keep it simple. So I'm actually going to be using Python 3 today. So let's go ahead and do that. So you'll see that it's now created a new folder for us, which has got the whole new Python environment in it. So now what we need to do is we need to activate this environment. So we'll have to type source, and we'll use Python env, and then we'll go to, well, actually let's cd into that directory so that you can actually see what's in there. So there's a bin folder, which is what we're going to use to activate this. So you'll see there's this activate function. So to do that, we'll just go back, and we can then just go source, Python env, and bin, and activate. So now you'll see that our environment is changed to Python env. And from here, we can now start installing some of our dependencies. So I'll just do pip3 install beautifulsoup 4, and just give that a second. And then the next thing we need to install is something called requests. We may or may not use it in this tutorial, but let's just install it in case we need to do a request to a web server somewhere. So now what we'll do is, just to create a very basic little example, we're going to just create a little bit of an HTML page. So in this Python web scraping tutorial folder, I'm going to create a new file, and I'm just going to call it test.html, and we'll just create a little bit of markup here. Let's make it a head tag, and we'll add just a title tag as well. And we'll just call this document, and then we'll create a body. So just do a body like that, and then we'll create a table. But I'm going to just use emmet for this. So we will just make 5 TRs, and inside of that we'd want 2 TDs, so times 2 like that, and then just hit tab. And then what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and copy this one over here, and we'll just create a heading. So we'll just do this th, and then we'll just create a name and an age heading like that. And then we'll just create some random names. So we'll just say name 1, name 2, name 3, and name 4 like that. And then what we'll do is we'll also just let's make this name 5, and we'll just put random ages in as well. 22, 17, 37, and 55. And we'll just save that test HTML, and then we'll use this data set to do some scraping using Python. So I've already created a scraper.py file, which we'll use to start importing beatifulsoup and start running our scripts. So very simple what we can do, and I'm just going to show you the very basic example of what we can do. We'll just go ahead and import beatifulsoup here, like that. And then we'll just go ahead and read this data. So very simple, just create a data variable, and we'll just go open. and we'll do test.html, and we'll just simply call read. Now what we can do is we can actually go ahead and parse this data. So we'll use beautifulsoup. Actually, we need to just spell it correctly over here. And we'll then go pass our data in. And we'll use the html.parser for this. Now what we can do is we can just do print soup.title. So that'll grab our title tag over here, and it will then just grab the text. So let's try and run this and see what it does. -3 and scraper.py. Let's make sure we are in the right directory. And as you can see, it says document. So if we go and update this to test title and run it again, then you'll see that we are pulling test title. So let's now look at something a little bit more complicated. So we want to actually start to pull some of this data out of this table and then display it. So to do that, what we can do is just get rid of this line for now, and we can go ahead and find all the TRs that's in our HTML. So I'll just declare a variable called TRs, and we'll use soup.find all, and we'll look for all the TRs in the document, and then for TR in TR, so we can loop over it, and then we can then basically go ahead and just find each TD within those TRs. So we can just say tr.find children, like that, and we are finding TDs. And then basically we can make this very simple if it's not a TD. So that's for when we find a TH, for example, inside of a TR, then we just want to skip over it. So we'll just do a continue, and then we can do a print. So print td0.text. So that'll grab the first column out of our HTML. So it should print name 5, name 1, name 2, name 3, and name 4. So let's run that, and you'll see name 5, name 1, name 2, name 3, name 4. And if you wanted to get the ages, we could just simply do this, and you'll see all the ages. So that's very simple on how we can actually just go ahead and scrape some HTML off a page and do some things with it. Like, for example, formatting data, we could put this into a database, whatever you need to do. So that's how you can easily do some web scraping using beautifulsoup and Python. So guys, that's the end of this tutorial. I hope you liked it, and if you did like it, please like below and consider subscribing if you want to see more videos like this in future. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.